Now this last problem is a little bit different. And I'm actually going to do two graphs on one, just so that you can see both, because I think it will help you to see two examples. So these equations, notice these are way different. Like these do not look like y equals mx plus b. These look y equals -3, right? There's not even an x. And here x equals 2, there's not even a y. So these are very different problems. And so the way that we can graph, let's just start with y equals -3. I'm going to do one at a time here. Let's think about where are all the places where y equals -3, right? Well, here's the y-axis, and here's -3 on the y-axis. So here, this point here that I just graphed, that's the point 0, -3. Where else is the y coordinate, the y value, -3? Well, anywhere here along, look, like here, like this point, for example. That point is 2, -3, right? Because it's still at the up and down, it's still down 3, right? But I just went to the right 2. Well, what about over here? This point is -4, -3. But notice in all cases, the y coordinate is -3. And so this line is the line y equals -3. Why? Because all of these points, they may have a different x coordinate, but on all of them, the y coordinate is -3. Like here, for example, this is x is 3.5. But what's y? -3. Over here, x is 7. What's y? -3. Over here, x is -5.2, right? Or whatever it is. But what's y? It's -3. So any point along this line, the y value is going to be -3. So now the strategy that I can use to graph these is I can say to myself, well, okay, the y coordinate always has to be -3. So let me just make up a few points. That's kind of what I did on the graph, right? Like, well, let me just make up a point. Well, x can be anything. I'll make it 1, right? But I'll make y -3. Well, x can be anything. I'll make it 4. But what does y have to be? -3. So if you were to just graph these 2 points, right? This is 1, -3 here. And 4, -3. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have graphed these 2 points and you'd have seen, oh, well, the only way to connect those 2 points is with this line right here. And so the key is you just come up with 2 points. You only need 2 points to graph a line. And so that's a really easy strategy to graph lines like this. So I'm gonna show you x equals 2. Now remember, look, the first number on the left is always the x coordinate, and the one on the right is always the y coordinate. So here, y is -3. This was the y coordinate that was the same every time. It was always -3. Now here, I need 2 points, and it says x equals 2. So the x coordinate has to be 2. What's the y coordinate? Doesn't matter. Can be anything. I can use the same 2 numbers. I'll use 1 and 4 again. You can use 2 and 3. You can use 3 and -4. You can use 0. Just use whatever you want. You just need 2 points. So here's 2, 1. So I'm going to go right 2, up 1, and 2, 4. Right 2, up 4. Well, I can see where my line's going to be. It's going to be right here. So when I graph this line, and this is the line x equals 2, I can see, well, yeah, look, this is 2, 0, this is 2, -1, this is 2, 5, this is 2, whatever, right? All of these have an x coordinate of 2, all of them. So that is a line x equals 2. Go ahead and try this one.